When dressing for colder weather, a trusted set of layers is crucial to keep you warm and comfortable throughout the season. So we've got Sadie Cherney here from the Clothes Mentor to help us find ways to make our wardrobe functional and fashionable. This is important. Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Between the temperature swings that happen, we're also moving back and forth from indoors to outdoors. We're dressing for all of it, and that requires versatility, doesn't it?
Yes, so we want to be warm in the cool mornings, the cool evenings. We want to be breathable and comfortable, not sweating in those hot afternoons, or if we're in a warm office.
Okay, so to walk us through the process, you say we begin with the base layer. What do we need to begin with?
Yeah, absolutely. So a cellulose-based layer is going to be the best way to keep that moisture off your body so that you don't stay sweaty. One of the worst things that can happen in terms of your comfort is that you saturate a piece of clothing and then become cold in the afternoon, and that can really give you a chill.
So that base layer is something sweat-proof and light.
Absolutely. Yeah. So something simple like this little cotton shirt here, cotton, linen, hemp, those are great cellulose base layers.
And then we want to add the in-between layer that actually keeps us warm without adding a ton of bulk. What's your recommendation there?
So I think that's where you can have a lot of fun. We've got an example over here of like this electric-hued acrylic sweater. Yeah. Something like that I would not spend a ton of money on. A lot of times that's going to be a piece that's going to be a high trend that you'll switch out every year. So that's a great example there.
And then when it comes to outerwear, some of the big trends you're seeing, I guess leather is in all aspects of high fashion. What else do we need to know about that?
So we're seeing leather in everything from corsets to shorts to moto jackets like we have here. There's, of course, obviously a ton of great vegan options if you don't do leather. And then we've also got these really big robe coats, and we've seen them with quilting. They can kind of almost look like a comforter.
Okay.
But they're noted by, they're all the way below the ankle, all the way to the foot. So that's truly a warm piece of clothing. And then last but not least, fake fur. And we're going to see fake fur in everything where it looks like mink, to it looks like a teddy bear, to it looks like something you've never seen with weird colored dyes.
Yeah, it's all kind of fun that way.
Exactly.
There are a lot of options. And with layering, when you're doing too many pieces or the wrong pieces, people can end up looking kind of cluttered. So you want to avoid certain pitfalls when layering. What do we know there?
So I would say one of the biggest things, so right now I'm wearing a shirt that's got a statement sleeve, so it's a big bulky sleeve. This is the kind of thing that's tricky to layer with. So if you know that you're going to be in a day where you're going to have a lot of layers on, I think looking for a streamlined sleeve is going to keep you more comfortable. Also, when you're mixing your patterns, like this last example down here, you can see that we have two patterns that are two very different sizes. So when you look at the repeat of a pattern or the size of it, you don't ever want them to be the same. You would want one very small pattern with one very large pattern, and that way it looks purposeful.
Yep, and I know that, you know, the biggest concern people have, they dread looking bulky. You don't have to look bulky if you do it right, is the takeaway?
Absolutely. So I think that's where you look for balance in things that are voluminous and things that are fitted. So if looking bulky is a concern that you have, I always say a bodysuit's a great base layer because that's going to be truly fitted with a higher waisted pant. You can make that professional, you can make it sexy for a date night, you could have it in all kinds of casual settings too. But I think really picking one piece that's fluffy, whether it's a puffer vest, I wouldn't necessarily do a puffer vest with a huge robe coat. That's a lot of volume. So finding one piece that's large and then streamlining everything else.
Okay, that's all workable, makes sense. And I know you love helping people with their fashion questions over at Clothes Mentor. You're at 30 Orchard Park Drive in Greenville. Anything else come to mind when it's talking about layering or any of those tips before we go?
If you're going to buy a statement piece, go used, buy it secondhand. If you're going to buy something that's amazing that you're going to have forever, really splurge on it.
There you go. I like that advice very much. Sadie, thank you. And Clothes Mentor is located at 30 Orchard Park Drive in Greenville. You sell items there for cash or shop for like new clothing at up to 70% off of store prices. People love that. You're open Monday through Friday, 11 to 7. Saturday is 10 to 7, and Sunday 1 to 6.